Let's populate our header.view. And at the top here, we're just going to remove the div blocks and instead create the header tags. This is more semantically correct to use those. And inside here, we're just going to create an h3 and put some interpolation in here. And let's just pop in a title. And then we'll create the title down here in our export. So before we can export it, we need to create the data object to store it, right? So like this. And then our object here. And in here, we're just going to put in our title. Let's say a web app title, much awesome. Great. Exclamation mark. So that's great. Let's see if that works. We have an error. Let's see what the error is. Let's see, data from your return an object. Whoops, daisy. We need to return it here. So create it and then return. And let's move this around here like this. So remember to open it and close it after the title and just push this right in. And let's hit save. So we have our web application up here. Now it's printing out our object, our title here through the header view into our app and then using these registrations and so on, right? Woo, fantastic. Let's just style this a little bit so it's a little bit more pretty. So let's just go down here and we have the header part. And let's add some, let's go with, I don't think that's actually necessary. Let's go background color, and let's make it gray, dark gray. Ooh, pretty. And what else do we want? We want some padding, and that's gonna be like 10 pixels on each side. Let's see what that does. Like this, ooh, goes all the way. So I didn't need the, what was it called? The width, but I'm gonna add some height to it. So let's add 50 height and awesome. Add align center, text align center, and let's make the color white. So color of white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, that's one too many. Come on. And there we go, center, right? Real pretty, I know. But as you can see, we just created a component that will change, that can change if you wanted to, for just the header part. So imagine you having you have your logo up here, you have your navigations up here, maybe you have your login, logout buttons up here, administration buttons, whatever you want, linked to social media. They would just be placed in this header.view here. And you could even create, if you wanted to, so create another component in here called navigation, and then have navigation logic and HTML in that, and then you would just import this into the view here. So creating all these components, depending how many you want, is a really good idea to separate your code, so it's easier to maintain and change and update and everything. But that's just for the view. Let's quickly go to the footer as well. Now we're at it. So quickly here, we're just going to add a little bit to our footer. And in similar fashion, instead of using the div, we are just going to go with the footer and like this and make it pretty and move that. And let's use a paragraph here and let's create a footer tags. That's really pretty. I don't know why I went that way. But anyways, let's go down here. We're going to create our data object first. Let's do it correctly this time. And inside this, we're going to create our return as well. And here we're going to just steal because don't want to write it. Let's not do footer text like a dash. Now you can see we have an error. So let's do footer with a capital T instead. So camel casing this one. Footer, do it right. Like this. And here we're just going to put in some copyright, some year, like anno 2000 something. I don't know what it's 19 now. Woo! There we go. That's just what I want for now. And you can also put in the copyright sign, but I can't remember what the hotkeys is for that. But this should print out this one unless we have an error. Sweet. Let's put some style to this just real quickly here. And again, this is scope, so this will only work for this part. So if I actually target the paragraph, it's only going to change the paragraph in the footer, not in the header if I had any paragraphs here. So again, remember the scope part. Let's go footer real quick and let's add some color, background color. Let's go light something. Well, let's just go light cyan. It's gonna be weird. And let's add some padding. Let's go 10 pixels again. And let's just do this. Bam. And cool. And let's center the text as well. Text, center. This is going to be the prettiest page ever. So, and now it's centered, right? So we have now our header. Let's go to the elements here. And body and div blocks. And then we have our header and we have a footer. So now we just need to import and implement our content part, and we're just going to do that next video because I'm going to use a component to actually import that one. So see you in the next video.